you've had a great week so far. This is a very stressful week for me, and I think actually this is a very stressful week for anybody with a brain cell. Things in the world just feel so heavy right now. Things in my own personal life feel very heavy right now. There's a lot of unexpected things that have happened in my life over the past week. So everything just kind of did a 180. So I'm trying to handle a lot of that. If you're watching this right now, I'm in the middle of moving, literally packing and physically moving as we speak. So I'm stressed in real life. I'm not super stressed right now. Well, I am stressed. I'm always stressed. But yeah, anyways, I'm kind of glad because this week's video is monthly favorites, which is very lighthearted. It's very easy, breezy, not stressful, all of that. So, and because I am so stressed this week, I have my little bottle of Snow Moon Magic by Source perfume, and this is my favorite bedtime cozy comfort scent. Melissa, if you're watching this, you will understand the power of these. So Melissa and I love this scent right here, Chai Sugar Cookie from Bath and Body Works. It's a hand soap that just smells like sugar cookie dough, chai, and vanilla glaze. This perfume smells exactly like it. This is my last hand soap of this, and I refuse to use it because it's so good. I have so many amazing memories with this, and I'm just cherishing this. I hope they bring it back this year. This is from Bath and Body Works. But this perfume smells a lot like it, and when I'm stressed, I just put this on and I immediately just feel like I'm being enveloped by a big cozy blanket, watching old Disney films or something very comforting and nostalgic. So yeah, this has been a balm to my soul. I will be making a little moving vlog. I probably will not be filming everything. Honestly, I don't know how those people do it. The people who can just film everything that is going on in their life in real time. That gives me so much anxiety. I've done little clips of filming packing stuff and all that other stuff, but it truly gives me debilitating anxiety because I'm trying to do so many things at once. And yeah, I guess I'm a terrible YouTuber and content creator because I just don't know what I'm doing. But I will show snippets of it, and hopefully it will be more cozy, less stressful, because I create the content that I want to feel inside of my soul, and it doesn't always match what's inside of my soul, but it does help me get a little bit closer to where I want to be and how I want to feel. And because even though these videos might seem cozy, and my aura and my energy, at least what people say, is very calming and comforting, I'm a Virgo. I have no chill up here or in here. It is a dumpster fire in both of these locations. So yeah, I'm talking very slow. I hope I'm not putting you to sleep. It's morning. You guys should be getting up. Anyways, it's monthly favorites time. I'm hoping that this will be just a very cozy, comforting video for you. And I'm really excited to show you my new space. It will be temporary, and I'm just having to process a lot of different things in my life right now. But for a long time, I've and I'm gonna touch on this a lot in my moving vlog, but I have a really hard time nestling into a spot and making it feel like home, especially if I know when it's temporary. And it makes home a place that I absolutely dread being, which is terrifying as an introvert. But even though this space is temporary, I am really trying to do everything that I can to make this space feel like a sanctuary for me, with furniture, books, scent, all of the things that make me feel at home. And that's what I want to share with you, because I think a lot of us may be in that spot. None of us are buying homes, that's for damn sure. And if you are, tell me your secrets. Yeah, things are crazy. Anyways, I will talk about that a lot more in my moving vlog. I'm so stressed out right now. I'm going to talk about books. One more thing. I stumbled upon the most beautiful hutch. I'm going to show you a photo of it, but I'm going to show you a video of it when it's in my new space, and it's going to be beautiful. And I got this hutch for my fragrances, and I don't have hundreds of fragrances, but I do have a nice little collection, and now I have a home for them. And it is like a vintage, like wood carved, stunning piece of furniture, and I'm so excited about it because now I can give these people a home, and now it'll be prettier for you guys to look at, and I will feel less anxious about the chaos going on up there. And they'll be safe away from the sunlight, away from heat, and it will be great. So I'm very excited to show you that in my new home. So I want to talk about some of the books that I really enjoyed this month. June was not like a huge reading month for me, and I think it's because with the moving and just everything else going on, things kind of got lost in translation. But I did discover an author that I was not, I mean, I knew of her, but I had been wanting to read her for a long time, and I just kind of like fell into her work this month, and I really, really enjoyed that. And then a few rereads, and I will say I ordered quite a few books from NYRB because they were having a very big sale. And this summer, I want to make it my mission to work through some NYRB books, and I got some really good ones. So I cannot wait to show you, and that will probably be next week's video because they haven't come yet, but I ordered a lot. But I'm so excited about them because I think of all like the publishers out there, I feel like they not only are their covers stunning, but they just have such a great selection of literature. And yeah, I'm really excited about that. But for now, let me tell you about some of my favorite books this month. Okay, so Iris Murdoch is the author in question. I've wanted to get into her work for a while now, and I finally did. The first one is The Sea. This was very dense and also kind of maddening, but in the best way. It was kind of like a fever dream of ego and memory and this like spiritual hunger. And it was all set against this like brooding, misty sea. Perfect for summer. The narrator is wildly unreliable and self-important, and the deeper you go, the more you see the novel kind of unraveling itself in layers and obsession, loneliness, and this like mystical yearning. It's not about love exactly, but it's more about possession and how strange we all get when we are alone too long. I love reading horror in the summer, and even though these are rereads for me, The Haunting of Hill House and We Have Always Lived in the Castle, these are two haunted houses, but really they're just mirrors for girls inside of them. I feel like Shirley Jackson just makes horror feel so intimate and feminine and grotesque, and it's not about ghosts, but it's about isolation and repression and the unbearable weight of being perceived. I loved rereading these back to back. They kind of feel like sisters. They're very soft-spoken and deeply disturbed. A Lover's Discourse by Roland Barthes is something that I always come back to when I'm feeling unmoored. It's not a narrative, it's just this collection of emotional states. There's grief and longing and jealousy, all orbiting around this idea of love as a kind of madness. Barthes actually, like, he intellectualizes heartbreak in a way that makes you feel very seen and exposed and understood, and It's kind of like reading a mirror, if that makes sense. I did not read this month. The Count of Monte Cristo. This has been on my TBR for a long time. This is a project book, so not much to report yet, but this is a winter book wearing summer clothing. It's very long, but I already feel like I'm like slowly folded into something enormous. It's like part revenge, part resurrection, and I have a feeling that I'm going to really enjoy this book, and it will teach me a lot about patience and cruelty and catharsis. So I'm still kind of deciding if I'm going to dive down this rabbit hole. I don't know. To be honest with you, I really just want to read my NYRB books. I will report back. This was really interesting. This is at the Existentialist Cafe, and it's like being at a long dinner party with Jean-Paul Sartre, Simone de Beauvoir, and Ponty, and just not really feeling stupid. I feel like the author of this book, Sarah Bakewell, makes philosophy feel very human, like something people thought up to survive in their own minds, if that makes sense. Like, it's the perfect primer if you want to understand how modern existentialism came to be without any of like the academic posturing. It's very approachable for philosophy, especially if you're wanting to get into existentialism. I also watched a few films this month that I thought I would kind of go into with you. The first one is called Celine and Julie Go Boating. It's a French film from 1974 and is very dreamlike and nonsensical and very intoxicating, kind of like slipping into someone else's memory and just refusing to leave. It's very fun and playful. And basically like two women chase each other through Paris and magic houses, and they loop timelines, and it somehow becomes like the most profound thing that you'll ever see. But it's really just about friendship and fantasy and making your own rules, which feels kind of perfect for summer. I also watched A Tale of Summer by Eric Romer, or Conte d'Et, from 1996, and this is like Eric Romer's summer. It's all light and loneliness, and this one follows a young man who is just cycling through women and ideas and moods and trying to make sense of himself, but never quite getting there. It really feels like lying on a beach while overthinking your entire existence. It's quiet and slow, and it feels very human, like a lot of his films. Another great summer Eric Romer film is La Collectionneuse. I also watched The Virgin Suicides from 1999, and I feel like this just is the perfect film to watch in June, July, or August. It's sticky and floral and melancholic, and it's a film about girlhood as a myth and memory and mourning. And I feel like this is like Sofia Coppola turns suburban tragedy into this like soft, hypnotic haze. It's still one of the most like beautiful soundtracks of all time as well. And I feel like she just does a great job at wrecking us. If you're a girl, if you have ever been a girl, then I feel like you can relate to this film. I think this might be a little bit niche, but I also watched The Last Unicorn from 1982, and this one just felt like coming home to something sad and sacred. The animation is very eerie and gorgeous, and the story is simple and melancholic and aching, and it's just about time and loss and remembering who you are. This is perfect. If you've never seen this film and you enjoy nostalgia and nostalgic cartoons, it's great, and it's very, very well written. I feel like they just don't make animated films like this anymore. The other one that I watched too is Totoro. I feel like Totoro is my favorite Ghibli film to watch in the summer, just because, I don't know, it's just a feeling. I don't really know how else to explain it, but yeah, that's kind of everything I've watched. At night though, when I'm like winding down and I want to feel comforted and I don't want the house to be silent, I'm not watching these films. I usually just have something on in the background, something very lighthearted, like Friends or New Girl or The Peanuts or Ina Garden, or just something that's like background noise, but comforting, if that makes sense. So yeah, those are my favorite books and films. I also want to tell you about some fragrances that I've been loving this month as well. Okay, I want to talk about some scents that I've been loving this month, both perfumes and candles and other fun, smelly things that I've been enjoying. I was actually gifted a lot of really incredible fragrances this month, and I'm very picky, but let me tell you about some of them, plus some things that I got on my own that I've just been kind of obsessing over. The scents this month have been a little bit all over the place, but kind of like in the best way. Everything from fresh forests to buttery florals to sweet nostalgia and cozy like writer core staples. Not writer, but like writer. So I want to talk to you about them. These are really like perfumes and candles that have just made June feel a lot more lived in and grounded and more me. The first one, like hands down, without a doubt, is Cedarwood from Two Summer. And this one just completely caught me off guard. It just smells like crisp mountain air after rain. There's juniper berries and pine and cypress and this hint of bergamot that makes it so bright. And then there's rose in here as well and jasmine. And it's like, I don't know, it's so serene and peaceful and calming. There's amber, Chinese cedar, gaiac wood, and it's very fresh and resinous. And I don't know, it feels like you're hiking alone without having to endure being on a hike. And it just makes me feel very much at peace. And I've been reaching for this on mornings when I just want to feel awake and inward. But I just love this fragrance house. Like I have a friend in China who generously brought me some fragrances back, but I have very good news for those of you who are curious about this brand, because they just opened a shop online for US based people. I don't know about Canada, but if you are in the US and you're curious about this brand, now they have a shop online. So I think it's like twosummershop.us or something like that, but look it up. You will love this brand. If you like lighter scents, if you like scents that are very fresh and comforting and warm and perfect, Two Summer. 1957 by Chanel is kind of a sleeper hit of all the Chanel exclusive. This is like the scent equivalent of a beam of white light through like a stained glass window. It opens with these like very classic aldehydes. It's very effervescent and sparkly and clean in this like hyper real way. But then you get the florals, you get jasmine and orange blossom and this like snowy, soft, powdery orris and white musk. And there's a delicate sweetness from the honey and the vanilla and the cashmere. And it just feels like cold but warm at the same time. And I want to wear this when I want to feel like obviously non-offensive, but non-offensive in a way where like you can still leave a mark, but in like the most classy, elegant way possible. This is just a brilliant, brilliant Chanel scent. Okay, Annabelle's Birthday Cake by Marissa Zappas is the most unhinged gourmand ever in the most wonderful way. There is a latex note in this: sugar, lemon, heliotrope, whipped cream, rose, tuberose. It's very nostalgic and synthetic and twisty and like a birthday party that you don't remember being at. But like everything in your body tells you that it was like the best party of your life. It just feels like this perfume was like dreamed up by a Blythe doll. If that makes any sense. Maybe that's a little niche, but I don't know. I don't wear this every day. This is a new acquisition that I bought myself. It's just a very strange perfume. And you know, sometimes I heard, okay, if you're familiar with Lucky Scent Split, they have a podcast, and Dana, who works at Scent Bar, the one in LA, I love her so much. She said, I'm going to butcher this quote, but she's like, some days I want to smell like a chocolate chip cookie, and other days I want to wear something like more complicated and challenging, and two things can be true at once, okay? This is beautiful. You know what this reminds me of? Carmex. It also reminds me of the Opapanox candle from Diptyque in the best way possible. It's not for everyone, but let me tell you, like, this is just so fun and playful, and like, it's just for people who like don't take perfume too seriously, and you just wear it because it's fucking good and it makes you feel something. And I don't know, I think that's enough. I digress. Moving on. Florida Musco. This candle, it doesn't look like a candle, but look at this vessel that it came in. I will show you the candle though. I'm sorry. I'm stressed out right now. It won't come out. Okay. This is arguably like one of the best candles that I've ever smelled in my life. It's kind of insane. This is by Shinu, which is a fragrance house based out of New Mexico, and I love this fragrance house. They make Monstera, which is one of my favorite summer scents of all time. I'm really struggling with this. I'll get it out, I promise. They make Monstera, which is one of my favorite perfumes for summer of all time. There we go. Look at this vessel. Like, oh my God. This candle blew my mind. Like, it made me like sit down. Like, I had to sit down to gather my thoughts on like the way that this made me feel. This is intelligent greenery. There's lime oil, moss, cedar, and tuberose. It is clean in like the forest floor kind of way. It's very damp and bright and verdant with something that is so floral and sharp underneath. It just makes you feel at peace. I feel like if Clarice Lispector was burning a candle in her house while writing and listening to bossa nova, this would be the candle that she would burn. This makes your space feel fresh without being sterile, like opening up a window in the jungle. I want to light this and christen my new apartment with this scent. It's very fragrant. Like, you could smell it across the room. So I don't know how the throw is going to be, but I've just been wanting to light this during long days when I write, study, work, when I want to feel focused but still held by something that is natural and mysterious. It's just a winner. Shinu knows what's up. They also made this scent in lotion and hand soap. So everyone has like Aesop hand soaps, which, no shade, I love them. I love them to death. Or like Diptyque, the pretty bottles. This is the travel size, but this scent comes in like a full-size bottle for hand soap. And I'll probably get the full size of it. Ooh, I'm talking a lot. Okay, I'm gonna be quicker. This is very special. This is Delta Dawn, which is a perfume oil by Kindred Black. And this was sent to me. This is like my soft gothic rose. There's damask rose that is like picked just before sunrise. There's pink jasmine, woods, resin, spice. It's humid and heady and just shadowy enough to feel like a secret perfume oil. I love the bottles of this. This comes with this little dabber that goes inside, but I'm not gonna take it out yet because I'm packing all my stuff. Go check them out. If you're into like witchy stuff, all of Kindred Black stuff is so pretty. I really want their jasmine perfume balm. That's next on my wish list. I stumbled upon Crown Affair, and this is their signature scent hair perfume, which is what I want my hair to smell like at all times. There's sparkling yuzu, lemongrass, and bergamot. There's also like a watery middle note of lotus and lily and green tea, and then the base has sandalwood, teakwood, amber, and cedar. So it dries down into this like clean, expensive, woody scent that makes you feel like you just stepped out of a shower in a 5-star hotel. I bought this on my own, shared it on like one of my stories, and then they reached out to me and sent me a few other products of theirs, but like I bought this with my own money that I don't have, that I spent because I was having a mental breakdown. But whatever. I really, really like this. If you're into hair perfume, this is something that will not contraindicate with like any of your other fragrances. It's fresh. Love this a lot. This is the next thing that I want to talk to you about. This is the Hazelnut Candle by Loewe. I had all of these expectations to go get the mushroom candle because everyone was talking about the mushroom candle, mushroom this, mushroom that, and I love mushroom. I also enjoyed the mushroom candle, but I liked this one better, and it was in a black vessel, and it was it felt more autumnal. I'm saving her. I'm not taking her out yet. But come September, I will release her and burn her, and it will be perfect. But this candle smells like brown sugar and toasted wood. It's nutty and rich and sharp, and there's a little spice, a little smoke, and it smells like the inside of a fancy patisserie in France, where someone just pulled out this hazelnut brittle out of the oven, and it's very comforting, and it feels indulgent and a little grown up. And so I want to burn this on slow mornings and when I am anticipating autumn. I'm already anticipating autumn, but I won't take her out until September. The next one that I want to talk to you about is another candle. Ooh, okay, we're good. This is the Writer's Candle from The Maker. This was sent to me. This one is very special to me. And there's fig, ink, sandalwood, cotton, and it's soft and woody with this beautiful inky depth like the Ancre candle from Diptyque, but I like this one more. It just feels like freshly sharpened pencils and old books and a cashmere sweater, and it's like beautiful and perfect and cozy and intellectual and romantic and restrained, and it's just like the scent of writing for hours, and you're trying to get inspiration, and then you burn this, and then like the floodgates open. And this is going to live on my new desk in my new home, and I want to burn it while I draft and write and journal or spiral or all of the above. I love The Maker. They have another one that I really love, and it's like a cafe coffee candle. I already burned through the whole thing of that. Highly recommend this. They also came out with a new perfume called Revel, which is like a very sparkly, pineapple-y, effervescent, bubbly summer fragrance. If you're into like fruity, fresh, like this is another great one. And there's also lychee, rosewater, frangipani. I don't know. It's a fun, girly, like summery, sparkly scent. They sent this too, and this is beautiful. That's it. This section has already gone on. No, that's not it. Okay, wait. As you know, one of my favorite fragrances of all time is Relique d'Amour by Arisa Legrand. I just discovered that they have incense, hand soap, and room spray. So, incense, room spray, hand soap. Let me just tell you something. This scent, like, I have a few different signature scents. This is one of them. And it feels like an anti-perfume. It's like an anti-fragrance because it feels like the ghost of a perfume, like an inverted perfume. It is so fresh and light and ethereal and ghostly and hollow, but there's so much surrounding it. There's like an orb around this fragrance. I don't know how else to explain it. Anyways, I kind of want my home to smell like a church sanctuary, but not in a cloying, dirty way, but more in like a, there's a witch who lives here, or there's a ghost or ghosts who live in this house. But it also smells really good And these ghosts and witches that inhabit this space, it's good vibes. They're kind of creepy, but they emit good vibes. It's so pretty. It came with a book too. I'm really excited about this. But again, I won't open it until I'm home. Okay, for my miscellaneous food, things that aren't books or perfumes or films section of my monthly favorites, I don't have a lot. I've only acquired a few things that I feel have like landed the list of monthly favorites. This guy is one of them. I have this bear in the big size and I use him as a pillow and I like cuddle with him every night. And he's on my bed. But I also found this little one who is like the baby of this big bear. But I love him. He's so cute. He's so soft and he's very cozy and I love bears. Like if you know anything about me, you will know that brown is my favorite color. I love brown. I love chocolate brown, espresso brown, like cognac brown. I love brown. So naturally I like brown bears. But yeah, he's a newish acquisition. So I love him. What else do I have on my miscellaneous list? I really want a cat. Like I really, really, really want a cat. And I really want a dog. I always ask people like, if you know how like pets kind of look like their owners sometimes? You know that scene in 101 Dalmatians when Pongo is like staring out the window of their apartment and he's looking at all the dogs walking by and like they all look like their owners. I always wonder like if I could get a dog breed, what dog breed could you see paired with me? People give me different answers all the time. With a cat, it's fairly obvious. I get black cat 99% of the time, which when I get my black cat, if it's a girl, I'm going to name her Clarice. Ideally, I would have two black cats that are girls. One of them I will name Clarice, and the other one I will name Anais, for obvious reasons. If I had a boy, I would name him Lucifer. So if I had a boy and a girl, I would have Clarice and Lucifer. Yeah. But if like when it comes to dogs, I feel like it's very tricky. I could see myself with like two different dog breeds. Somebody told me the other day that they could see me with a golden retriever because I have a very black cat personality. So like black cat, golden retriever. And then somebody also said that they could see me with like a little Duchess hound, which is funny because I grew up with a Duchess hound who was my childhood dog and actually recently passed away not that long ago. And then somebody also told me that they could see me with like a Bernese mountain dog, which I could see also. But somebody told me I looked like a German Shepherd, which cool. Yeah. Why am I talking about this? I'm sorry. Next on my list, this is a snack. I have been loving like these cocoa chocolate dusted almonds, and then I found these at Blue Bottle the other day. These are the Nola almonds, which feel like a very fancy snack. You know what else is on my snack list? Peaches. Farm fresh peaches from the farmer's market, and I'm actually going to show you a picture of the peaches that I acquired recently because they are the juiciest, most delectable peaches I've ever had in my life. Also, this is gonna sound annoying, but have you ever heard of pressed juicery? Like, it's kind of like a healthy, they have like juices and they sell like different like vitality type shots, but they have ice cream, and I really enjoy it on a hot day because it doesn't like leave a weird taste in my mouth. Like sometimes like if you eat a sweet treat and it kind of like lingers, this just feels fresh and light, and I very much like the way that it makes me feel, and I like the way that it tastes. I like the way it tastes. The acai is my favorite. The chocolate's really good too. God, I think that's it for this section of miscellaneous things. And okay, sorry, last thing. If you like matcha, Kettle Tea, they have a location in New York, they have a location in LA. They have very good matcha, because if you're like me and you were in Ippodo matcha drinker and you can't find it anywhere because it's very low on stock and they sell out immediately, this Kettle Tea, let me see if I can focus it. This matcha is incredible. I highly recommend. I think that is officially everything. Now I need to finish packing. And I'm excited to move into a new spot. Like, I love the feeling of like a fresh start. I love feeling like I have like a clean slate and all that other stuff. And I really want to make this new space feel like home, which is hard to do knowing that it's just like a temporary space, but I think it's worth it. I think it's very much worth the effort. Doing the like little things to make your space feel comforting and cozy for you. At least for me it is, as an introvert. I'm gonna let you go now. I've been talking a lot, but I will see you next week. I was all done filming this week's video, and then I got a package, and I couldn't wait until next week to show you guys. Oh my god, this is so heavy. Okay, NYRB had a huge sale. So what did I do? I did collateral damage at the NYRB sale, and I got all of these books, but I'm gonna wait to share them with you until next week, because I'm gonna be in my new space and I'm gonna have everything situated and settled, and I want to take my time because I want to tell you about all of these like in bullet point form, so it's not too drawn out. We can kind of like rapid fire through all of these books. But I'm so excited about this because I love these editions of books, and I only had, like, honestly, from a stack standpoint, I think I had like this many NYRBs, and now I have like this many NYRBs, and they're beautiful, and I cannot wait to tell you all about them. So I'm gonna do this with you next week, but I did want to show you. This is exactly what I needed. I'm admittedly like we're trying to avoid overconsumption here, but when it comes to books, I have no self-control. When it comes to Victorian nightgowns, I have no self-control. And with perfume, I've been better. I've been a lot better. I have no self-control when it comes to sampling and smelling things, but it takes a lot to make me get a full-size bottle. But with books, again, this was a balm to the soul. This is exactly what I needed. And I feel better now, and I feel very excited. Now, the issue is that instead of indulging myself in these books, I have to pack. I have to pack all this. And I'm really sad about that. So you have to wait, and I have to wait. So we'll wait together. But we can look at them and admire them. Anyways, I'm very happy about this. Anyways, I digress. This video is very long this week, so hopefully you enjoy. I need to get packing. I just wanted to show you these things real quick. And I'm hoping next week I can do a little moving vlog for you and show you my new space and at least little corners of my home that I'm slowly making homier and cozier. And if you enjoy homey content, if you enjoy like home style things, please let me know, because it's hard. Like, I've kind of struggled with YouTube a little bit because it's longer form content and I love sitting here talking with you guys, but sometimes I just kind of feel like I'm talking into the void, and I can't tell what's landing with you. I can't tell what you guys are really liking. So tell me. I want to have a reciprocal relationship. Tell me what you guys are loving. Tell me what you guys want more of. If you want home stuff, let me know, because I love filming that kind of thing, and it gives me an incentive to make my house feel more like a home, which I'm very much going to be talking to you about next week. Anyways, I love you. Thank you for being here and supporting me. Thank you for watching if you are still here, and I'll see you next week.